Hello everyone, I'm Nizzahon here recording another draft for the Aether Hub. We're doing some more Hour of Devastation, of course, and I'll see you when the draft fires. Okay, so yeah, I think Open Fire is the pick here. It is a very, very good card, one of the best commons in the set. So is Aerial Guide, but I think Open Fire beats it. Hour of Eternity is good, but it has triple blue, so it's not easy to cast. It also wants you, ideally, to have good creatures within the battlefield abilities, also not a guarantee. And it's sort of underperformed. I mean, it's good. I don't think it's quite a bomb, though. It's just hard to cast, and when you do, you're not always going to win the game. And Open Fire is just a great removal spell. Vizier the True I like decently enough too, but I think it would be Aerial Guide if it wasn't Open Fire. Catcher's Avenger. There's three very good commons in this pack, but yeah, we'll take Open Fire. Hostile Desert. We're going to take another Open Fire now, I think. Yeah, our person who passed to us probably took like Desert's Hold or some really good uncommon, because Open Fire is better than a lot of rares. It's certainly better than the two we've seen. Other than that, this pack is not anything super exciting. The Ritualist is fine, and so is the Eternal, but we want another Open Fire. Well, we can keep pushing red and take Puncturing Blow here, and I think that's probably just what we'll do. There's nothing in here that's super exciting. Spellweaver Eternal is fine. I mean, so is Ruin Rat, Solitary Camel. All these cards are fine, like Feral Prowler, Harrier Naga. Eternal of Harsh Truths, but Puncturing Blow I think is just better than all of them, so we'll just keep taking red removal spells, I guess. Got a good start to a spells deck anyway. Yeah, this is a card I wanted to play with, but you know, I don't think if there weren't anything good in this pack I might take it, but I think I'm just gonna take a Firebrand Archer and keep going red here. It's good with spells. We've already got 3, so I'm sure we'll get more. You know, Gift of Strength is good. Unconventional Tactics can be good if you get enough zombies. Grizzly Survivor can be too, but Firebrand Archer is a 2-drop, and you want those in this format. And it also, you know, we have spells already. Okay. Well. Now we're not taking something red unless we just take a desert, which isn't a bad idea. Red loves deserts because it has a good common and a good uncommon that want you to have deserts. Imaginary Threats is good though, and I think, you know, there's also Feral Prowler, Kenra Eternal. There's very playable cards in here. I don't think I want to take the desert. I may end up regretting that. Maybe I should just take the desert. The playables in this pack aren't anything exciting, honestly. They're all fine. Yeah, let's take the desert. What the hell? Okay. Mummy Paramount's not bad. It's just a 2-drop. Solitary Camel, pretty much the same thing. Thorn Moloch's okay, and we could take yet another red card, and it also wants us to play spells, which we already seem to be doing, so it's worth thinking about. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna take all the red cards we can, I think. Alright. Well, here we can't get any red cards. There's a couple decent blue cards, Cunning Survivor and Striped Riverwinder. There's also a decent black card in Grizzly Survivor. I think I'm gonna take the Survivor here. Not a huge fan of the Sentinel. So yeah, I think I'll take the Survivor. We'll see what happens. Sentinel's fine, but it's not great. 4 mana for a 2/3 Vigilance is just bad. And, you know, it does have Embalm or Eternalize, but it's not the most exciting Eternalize. Okay, well, Merciless Eternal and Grizzly Survivor combo okay together. There's a couple okay blue cards and a decent green card, but I think Merciless Eternal's fine. I think it's what we'll take here. Alright. Well, we could take Wretched Camel, or we could take Inferno Jet, which has cycling and is something we discard. We could also take another Desert of the Fervent. I like all three of those options, so that's a good sign about our colors. I think I'm leaning towards the Camel, though. Yeah, let's take the Camel. Okay, I'll take Hostile Desert here. I mean, I'm not really giving up much, and we may actually be able to play Hostile Desert. I've had a deck where I got to play it once, and it was fine. Well, I'll take Feral Prowler here. I mean, maybe we don't end up in black. If we don't, Feral Prowler is perfectly fine. We do want a few deserts, ideally, for our Camel. Yeah, we'll take a pretty late Grizzly Survivor. So far, we don't have a lot of cycling and discarding. I'll take the Screecher this time instead of the Prowler. Don't like Without Weakness. Won't be playing it. I probably won't be playing the Screecher either. Oh. Opening Pride Sovereign after you, you know, end up in black-red is always kind of painful. Oh, this pack is bad for us. Yeah. Catcher's Avenger's good. Pride Sovereign's obviously the best card in this pack, but I think that ship has already sailed for us. The red here, like Magmaroth, is great if you're a spells deck, but after we took two instants and a sorcery with our first 3 picks, we don't seem to be super heavy in spells, which probably means we're not playing you either. Bone Slasher's fine. I don't really like Moaning Wall, even though it has cycling. But yeah, I mean, Oketra's Avenger, Sidewinder Naga are good, as is Imaginary Threats and Magmaroth, but you need a certain kind of deck to make Magmaroth work. And Pride Sovereign's just great, but you have to be green-white. So I guess we just take a Bone Slasher here. We have a few zombies already, so you're not a zombie, are you? No, but this is the Merciless Eternal and the Wretched Camel are. Okay. I think I take Fervent Paincaster here. I've liked that card a reasonable amount. Ronus' Stalwart is great and probably the best card in this pack, but I think the Paincaster is probably next. We definitely use some more 2s, like that Resilient Kenra, if we were green. Wow. Ambuscade and Resilient Kenra are still here. Green looked, you know, when you see Feral Prowler like as a last pick, it probably means green's decently open, but it's hard to tell. I may just take Blur of Blades. I think that is what I'm going to take. I like it more than the Moloch or Without Weakness. There's just a lot of X1s in this format, and the damage is nice. And yeah, gives us another spell, which could matter. Combos well with Fervent Paincaster. Okay, well, I think green is definitely open. But I feel like we're a little late to that game. Sidewinder Naga and Ramanap Excavator are both good. I think we just take another Firebrand Archer here. Looks like black and red are getting like destroyed right now. We know our third pack will be pretty good, at least most likely, because our first pack was pretty good when it came to red and black, but okay. I think I'll take Granitic Titan here. We do want a little bit of cycling in its cycles. You know, we have 2 Grizzly Survivors who want us to be cycling. Scrounger of Souls is okay, but I think the Titan's just better. You can play it late if you need to, and in the early game it's a good cycling card. Okay. Refuse to Cooperate is okay if we were blue-red. I don't love it though. Probably take Frontline Devastator here over another Moloch. I like the Devastator enough. It's also a zombie for our Marauding Bone Slasher to care about. To play Hostile Desert, I would need more discard outlets than I currently have to really want to do it. Okay, I'd probably take Kenra Scrapper here over the Ceradon. I like the Ceradon, but not sure we're running a ton of deserts. I wouldn't mind Desert of the Glorified. This card is super good. It's impressed me a lot. If you're green-white, of course. It just wins games out of nowhere. I recorded a draft. I don't know if it's... I think it'll be up by the time this is up, but I recorded a draft on my channel where it just kept winning. I had 2 of them, and it was just insane. Scrapper or Ceradon? I think Scrapper is where we want to go. Okay, now we have Survivor or Ceradon, and this time I think I go for Ceradon. We have 2 deserts. I would like to get a 3rd one, ideally, but what are you going to do? Especially one that produces colored mana of some kind, and that one just doesn't do it. Moaning Wall or Moloch? I guess I'm going to take the Wall. I don't know if I'm... probably not going to play it. Another desert, but it's not in our colors. I think I'll just take another Firebrand Archer. It's a fine card. We don't currently have a lot of non-creature spells, but, you know, it's a 2-drop with a little bit of upside. Sandwalla. Naga. Yeah, green seems very open, but... yeah, all these Feral Prowlers is kind of silly. It's not an amazing card or anything, but it's perfectly reasonable playable. So seeing it there alongside terrible cards is interesting. Probably not playing Hostile Desert, and I may only play my Desert of the Fervent. Although if I play 17 lands, I can probably get away with playing Hostile Desert just to have another desert for Wretched Camel and Gilded Ceradon, but I'd rather get a desert in this pack than do that. Wow. I've never gotten to play that card, even in the old Triple Amonkhet format. It's really good, Angel of Sanctions, but I think we need to stay where we are. We can't really move into another color. We could, I guess. We could just be like, well, let's cut black and turn white. But that seems a little dangerous. It is powerful enough that it's worth considering, though, now that I'm looking at my deck. I mean, our black is good, but it's not, like, great. We could lose black without being too upset. There's also an on-crop crasher, which is great. But yeah, Angel of Sanctions is insane. I think I am going to take it. I didn't think I would, but let's do it. We did it. Okay, well, let me get paid off with a Gustwalker right away, so I like that. Binding Mummy's fine. We have several zombies in our deck. Gravedigger's fine. But yeah, we'll grab Gustwalker here. Oh, now there's a Neheb the Worthy, though. Which is in our other color pair. If we wanted to take a white card here, neither of them are that exciting. I think we got to take Neheb here. I mean, Wasteland Scorpion's fine, but Neheb is very good. So if white doesn't really pan out, I'll end up playing him. And we have several Minotaurs. So there's that. Well, here's a desert that I like. Well, maybe this isn't going to happen. Not after I took Neheb. It doesn't feel like it's going to happen. Let's see what happens. But, you know, Renewed Faith is okay. Those who serve is okay. But it's not enough of a reason for me to stay white, I don't feel like. I think I'm just going to take Grasping Dunes here and run it along with my Desert of the Fervent. Yeah. That's my plan. The black in this pack isn't good either. Okay, well, do we want a Sure Shot or a Pathmaker Initiate? Or a Soul Stinger? I think I actually want Soul Stinger. Yeah, I do. Okay, that'll work for me. Yep, that's what we'll take. So Black-Red ended up being a good choice in the end, I think. Yeah, I'll take Doom Dissenter here. One thing we don't have a lot of is cycling and discarding, but we have some, and we're about to pick up, I think, Horror of the Broken Lands. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Has cycling, it's a cycling payoff. Yeah, Cursed Minotaur. We gotta have a lot of Minotaurs, so... in the end, like, yeah, we're probably gonna end up cutting at least one archer, because we just didn't get very many spells in the end. We took 3 with our first 3 picks and then never really picked up another one. The Blur of Blades being the one exception. This could just be our deck right here, basically. So in terms of discard for 2 Grizzly Survivors, we have Merciless Eternal, Merciless Javeliner, Horror of the Broken Lands, and Granitic Titan. I think that's it. Oh, I guess just our Desert of the Fervent. Sorry, Angel of Sanctions. I tried, but then Black-Red seemed the right fit. So, Minotaurs. We have Cursed Minotaur. You're not. Neither of you are Minotaurs, are you? Oh, you are. Rotting Bone Slasher is a Minotaur. These guys are Minotaurs. This is a Minotaur. This is a Minotaur. So the question is, do I want a Horror? I think the Minotaur is probably going to be better for us. Yeah. Dune Beetle, probably going to start in my sideboard. Desert Ceradon, could think about it. We just don't have enough stuff for Faith of the Devoted, even though we're in a color pair that theoretically wants it. Wow. No love for Minotaur Sure Shot. Well, we could have, yeah. If we took every card with cycling, we could have had a pretty good Faith of the Devoted deck, but you know, you never know that you're going to get like every card with cycling. Neheb also triggers discards, by the way, but those aren't really going to work out for Grizzly Survivor. Because the discard happens. Oh, wait, do you have First Strike? You do have First Strike, so it will matter. Oh, except other Minotaurs I control have First Strike. Who knew that would be a downside? So, no, it won't make a difference for Grizzly Survivor. Okay, so we're going to run both those deserts. Not going to run Hostile Desert. You really don't want to run more than one colorless desert, and that's with 17 lands that I'm going to do it. So if I only played 16, I probably could just play Desert of the Fervent, and I guess we could think about that. If we do that, then we just go, I think we just cut our Ceradon and just run Desert of the Fervent as our only desert. It's not a bad plan. We have lots of 3s. We also have Wretched Camel, but it doesn't need a desert as desperately as Gilded Ceradon does. There's so many 3s. It's kind of insane, actually. It's so funny that we took these with our first 3 picks and then never picked up. We only picked up Blur of Blades after that. I don't know. I feel like these aren't going to be very good in our deck, obviously. We have 4 cards that trigger them, so what would I put in, though, in place of them? I guess I could just put in Desert Ceradon. I have payoffs, a couple of them at least, for discarding. The thing Firebrand Archer has going for it is that it's just like a 2-drop. So it's not, you know, even though I don't have a ton of ways of triggering it, it's not something I have to cut. In this way I could run both of those. I could cut another Firebrand Archer. Probably a 3-drop would be better. Question is which one? Because I have so many 3-drops that I could probably get it. Maybe just a Sure Shot. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and we'll just run the Ceradon as well, and yeah, I think that works. I think that will work. Let's check our mana base here. I probably want to cut 1 mountain and put in a swamp. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reds, black sources, I mean. And 8 red. So yeah, that's good. All right, well, this will be our deck. I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, we're going into the first match of an Hour of Devastation draft. I think we keep this hand, and yeah, we're on the draw. We have 15 more lands in our library, so we have a really good chance of drawing one before turn 3. We do need a swamp, but we're not like desperate for one either, so probably not cycling our desert this game, by the way, just like our opponent didn't cycle theirs. Probably cycling that Granitic Titan, though. Wouldn't mind our opponent just playing something that dies to Blur of Blades. There's a decent amount of 2-drops in this format that just die to it, like that one. Yeah, so I think I just do it in my turn. We really need to draw that third land, but at least we have a 2-drop now. I'll probably play it before I cycle Granitic Titan. And if I draw a mountain, I just play Kenra Scrapper, or a swamp. If I draw land, I just play Kenra Scrapper, I think. Tormenting Voice, okay. All right, there it is. And we're just gonna play Kenra Scrapper. So yeah, Fanbearer is annoying, but that's okay. Opponent has to leave mana up if they want to keep my Scrapper from attacking. At this point, at this stage of the game, it's not as annoying as it could be. I'm sure my opponent taps him down, but yeah, let's go to combat. Yeah. Tap him down. He does. Well, we're gonna play Wretched Camel. Right now it gets us a 2-for-1. So I think it seems better than Doom Dissenter. Doom Dissenter can trade with Firebrand Archer too, though. We have our desert, so you know our Camel and our Ceradon will be doing a little more than they would otherwise do, which is nice. Wouldn't mind being able to play my Javelineer against, you know, our opponent who has an X1 in play, and they played another one too, so hopefully Blur of Blades is especially good. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to block that. I feel like I get a 2-for-1 no matter what. My opponent either uses a trick or... yeah, he's going to use a trick. So yeah, I get a 2-for-1. The Camel will die and our opponent will have to discard it. He might just discard a land, but I think it's still worth it. He also does 1 to me because he played a spell. Open Fire is what we made them discard, so I feel pretty good about that. Probably means our opponent has another removal spell in their hand, though, if they're just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's discard our Open Fire. It'll be fun. Okay. I'm going to go to combat again. I think I play both of these guys instead of the Javelineer. I want to lure out the spell our opponent probably has. You know, I could be wrong, but discarding Open Fire, like I said, is usually a pretty good indicator that you feel like you have enough removal in your hand to keep things, to keep you safe. And I'd rather my Javelineer survive than either of these guys. So they can also block and trade with Firebrand Archer. So we have Puncturing Blow to deal with anything that's big, and we might even just cast Granitic Titan in the later part of the game. He's still an option to be cycled, of course, but... yeah, I mean, if he attacks this time, I just block with Doom Dissenter. It gives me another 2-for-1, basically. If my opponent decides to use a trick again or something, you know, I get a zombie out of the deal and they lose a card, so... all right. Ooh, yeah. There's something else that's really good against X1s. It's probably just what we play. It's likely to get killed, but No, maybe I should play the Javelineer first. Is Fervent Paincaster actually worse than the Javelineer? Might be. Fervent Paincaster doesn't cost any mana to do its pinging ability, but it does exert itself, and the Javelineer can do it multiple times. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to exert. And I'm just going to attack with these guys and see what happens. I guess I don't want to attack with that guy. This guy and this gal. Yeah. All right. Is there going to be a trick? Seems possible. Yep. Ah, open fire. Okay. I knew they had another open fire. There's no way you discard one when you don't have another one in your hand. All right. In that case, now I think I play... I think I just play the Javelineer. Yeah. Maybe I should have played the Paincaster because I could attack into Fanbearer and then use its ability, but my opponent's not going to let me keep my dudes untapped, so let's be real here. Something I can Puncturing Blow? Yes, it is something I can Puncturing Blow. Hey, there's our Ceradon. That'll be nice. Yeah, we're just gonna see you later. And attack. I haven't really had time to cycle our Granitic Titan. We'll get it eventually, or we'll just cast it, whichever comes first. We've just been wanting to play things every turn, which is fine. It's a good thing, I think. Frontline Devastator, okay. Oh, that's kind of a messed up draw, but I'll take it. Our opponent had 2 open fires, so... Why shouldn't I get one of mine? Kindled Fury? Yeah, and a Kindled Fury. All right. Well, their hand's empty. They did kill my Javelineer, but their hand is empty. They're in top deck mode, and we still have stuff going on over here. Okay, well, I think I play Paincaster now. Well, is a Survivor just going to be better? Yeah, probably. It can attack through Fanbearer. This can start pinging my opponent, but that's hardly worth it. Ooh, yeah, that's gross. Wish we had a Sand Strangler. Bye-bye, Grizzly Survivor. This game's been kind of funny because I think both of us have fairly aggressive decks, but we sure aren't attacking each other very much. Okay. Now we play our Ceradon. Oh, that's a big Thresher Lizard. Okay, let's go to combat. sure my opponent's tapping my Ceradon. Yeah. He is. And I'll play both of these. And in my turn. But yeah, that lizard's kind of a problem. Wish we had one of our Minotaurs in play right now. Because if we draw Neheb, I mean, he'll be a 4-2 with first strike, which is great. But it's better when you can pump all your Minotaurs with it too. Somehow we don't have any Minotaurs right now. Okay. Well, I'm gonna chump one of them. Yeah, I'll chump this thing. Get a zombie out of the deal. We only have one open fire left. We don't have any other removal left in our deck. We got the rest of it already, so. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Ooh. Seems pretty good. In combination with our Paincaster. Yeah, and then I'll exert this. Gonna tap my big dude in response, yeah. And I think we just did our turn, yeah. We're going to take some damage on the backswing here, but we finally got rid of that stupid fan bearer, so. I can't decide. I think I probably just cast Granitic Titan, although it's not great on a board that has a 4/4. It's still a spell, and if I cycled into a land, I'd be pretty upset. And, you know, if I draw a spell I'd rather play, I'll just play it, and I'll hold on to Granitic Titan for later. Okay. We're going to take 7 and trade with this. All right. Oh, I needed the land anyway to play my Titan, so what am I talking about? I think my zombie attacks. And then we just cast Granitic Titan. Does put me in an awkward blocking situation. At least sort of. I can block the Sand Strangler now at least. I have to block one of these creatures, so that's not ideal. I think I block the Strangler and take 4 from Thresher Lizard. Most likely my opponent has a way, I mean, you know, he has 2 cards in his hand, but he's either got an instant or a land that he's going to play, or a creature, something they're going to play from their hand, in their hand to get down to 1. They might do it with an instant. No, they're just going to make him a 4/4. It's a little dangerous to just take Thresher Lizard if our opponent attacks. They don't attack, though, which is good for us because we can actually... Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to attack with Gilded Ceradon and Granitic Titan here. Making Thresher Lizard unable to block. So that he has to block with Sand Strangler and he just can't block this. Alright, so we get in for a bunch. We have Fervent Paincaster in play, so it's going to be hard for our opponent. And we're also going to play Creature with Afflict. So that works for us, and we'll end our turn. I think we probably got there. Our opponent could have something that's just gonna destroy us here, but doesn't seem ultra likely. Yeah, we got there. Okay, so red-white aggro, although not the most aggressive red-white deck. Those decks don't happen quite as often as they used to. Didn't see a bunch of flyers to make me want to bring in a Sure Shot. Or any reason to bring in Dune Beetle. Sure Shots really are only like real sideboard card. I guess Moaning Wall kind of is against some opponents, but... And Dune Beetle for the same reasons, but yeah, we'll just roll with this. Okay, I think this hand's a keep. We have our desert again, which is nice. We have cycling if we have to do it, but we also have a 2-drop, so yeah, I think it's a keep. Opponent also has a lot of X1s, which Doom Dissenter is hilarious against because he's basically a 2-for-1. The 1/1 body can trade with a 1/1 and then come back with the zombie token. So, oh, that is not a 1/1. That is a beefy one. One we wouldn't have mind having. Well, probably gonna think about chump blocking him, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna take 4. We can play Frontline Devastator soon enough that, so yeah, I'll just take 4 to the face. Yeah, well, we can trade with that at least. If our opponent doesn't Magma Spray or Doom Dissenter anyway. I'm gonna play the Eternal. And in my turn, yeah, turn 2 Blood Rage Brawler is pretty nasty. There's a decent chance we play our Devastator and it just eats open fire too, which is not cool. And we're just gonna take another 4 to the face and go to 12. Opponent has a lot of tricks, so they could just kill us one turn if they cast enough tricks. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. Well, we're gonna play our Frontline Devastator. I feel like we're gonna get blown out by a trick or two here, but I think if we want to have any hope of winning this game, we have to block Blood Rage Brawler and probably double block Frontline Devastator. I can't get like entirely blown out because at least I get a zombie token out of it, but unless what they have is Magma Spray, in which case I do get blown out. All right, well, we're gonna go for it. Like I said, good chance it goes wrong, but if we don't make our opponent do something here, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I've got something. Oh, just cycling, actually. Please just cycle. Let me kill both of these and I have a chance. Oh my god. It's gonna happen. Incredible. Didn't think that was going to happen. I even get a zombie, so my board is not empty. Firebrand Archer number 2, though, when I'm at 10, is not exactly what I want to see. I think I play my Fervent Paincaster. And I think I just have to end my turn. Probably cycling away Granitic Titan this time. We need some help. We can at least kill these with Fervent Paincaster, but I'd probably block one of them with my zombie and take the other one. Alright. Opponent may have a trick, which will also burn us for an additional 2, but yeah, they got something. I need some life gain. Where's my Cartouche of Ambition? I didn't draft one, so. Alright, that's pretty gnarly. Yeah, we go to 8. We do kill one of them. So if I get... I'm going to cycle here my Granitic Titan. Well, there's Neheb, huh? Okay. If I'd drawn another land, I would have played Javelineer and then just killed this, but I don't have that choice now. I think I play Neheb, though. We are down to 6 with a Firebrand Archer in play, which is less than ideal. Our opponent could potentially just burn us out. We have no life gain in our deck, sadly. Too bad I didn't take that 5 mana 3/4 with lifelink. Probably going to cycle away the Horror at the end of my opponent's turn this time in an attempt to try to just hit a 6 land so I can play Javelineer and use Javelineer's ability in the same turn, especially if this Archer's still alive. Open Fire? No, just Thresher Lizard. I'm much more okay with Thresher Lizard. I mean, it's kind of tempting, though. The Horror can just trade with Thresher Lizard. Yeah. I think I'm going to hold on to it. Now, if I draw a land, I still play Javelineer. I didn't do it, though, so it doesn't matter. The Javelineer is a 4/2 with First Strike, though, so maybe I do. My opponent has to have a removal spell or a trick. The Survivor is also a Minotaur, but, well, that's not bad either. Maybe I play that first, because I can just cycle the Horror and get extra value. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. That is what I'll do. And I'll end my turn. I do really want to kill this Archer, though, when I'm at this low of life. Just give me another land so I can do it. Before my Javelineer dies. Ooh, that's gross. That is gross. When you're at 6 life, that's not what you want to see. I need Puncturing Blow, but I can actually cast Puncturing Blow, so don't need it that badly. We can still block him pretty effectively. We have to double block him, or well, or cycle Horror of the Broken Lands. I guess isn't too bad. All right, so yeah, I guess I hold on to my Horror again, if only to cycle it. Okay. Well. And, oh god, I can do it at instant speed. It's probably is what I should do, because it'll make them all 4/2s. Well, he'll be a 6/2. Oh, and he'll be even bigger. Jeez. Yeah, I should... Oh, no, it won't work that way, because my horror is cycling, so never mind. Oh, no, but that will work that way. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I think that's better than playing the archer, so... Yeah. Granted, if I'd killed the archer, his archer, by discarding my archer, I wouldn't take any damage from any spells my opponent might be about to cast. So, that's a thing. If our opponent drew like open fire or something, we're pretty dead, because Neheb just dies to that. Fanbearer. Well, we're not dead from that just yet. Yeah, I think I discard my archer. That way I can play my horror next turn, which would be pretty good. I think my opponent might actually hold off on attacking me here. In which case I still kill the archer at the end of his turn. Might be better to kill the Fanbearer with 2 discards over 2 turns now, though, but... Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. Say okay, but then I'm like, do I really want to discard my horror? I think I probably do. I don't want this to untap and then be able to tap down one of my guys when I'm at this low of life. So I'm going to go Blur of Blades. Still can't really attack, unfortunately. That's especially unfortunate because my Grizzly Survivor is so big right now. But because this can make one of my creatures unable to block, it's really, really dangerous for me to attack. Come on, Minotaurs. I need more of you. I can definitely swing for a ton of damage right now, obviously. At least 14, plus using this ability once. Okay, well, we're holding on to that one. And just ending our turn. All the lands we draw, we may as well... hold on to, basically. Oh, God. Fanbearer. Gonna have to kill that one, too. Let's see what we draw first. If it's just another land, then... Oh. Yeah. That means we're doing this. All right. Still not safe to attack, but we're a lot closer to it being safe to attack. Yeah, we're a lot closer. has been a pretty long match, given both the color pairs we're in, but it happens. Opponent has fan bearers and such, so their deck's a little grindier than your typical red-white deck. Gonna put a counter on the fan bearer. He's gonna tap down one thing this time, and that's kind of a problem for us. Well, now it's less of one. He can tap down two things now, but that still won't, I don't think will matter. We're gonna go ahead and play our Ceradon now instead of discarding him. We're definitely like walking a tightrope here that so far we haven't fallen off of, but we definitely could at any moment. Removal would go a long, long way towards making that happen. So between the two of them, I can make two creatures unable to block, but because Fanbearer is one of them, it doesn't really matter. After I kill Fanbearer, it might matter. Not tapping aggressively, interestingly enough. Okay, well, my opponent just wants to loot, I guess. They could also have a trick. I think Grizzly Survivor is the thing I'm least afraid of blocking with, so that's what we'll block with. Okay. Yeah, he just wanted to loot, which is kind of crazy because you have me at 6 life. Oh, crap. Yeah, we gotta keep that from happening for sure. Okay, well, I think we actually play this card too, because it creates all kinds of headaches for our opponent. I'm just going to put the counters on him. So we can make two creatures unable to block, but my opponent can tap down my strongest creature, so I'll only hit my opponent for 12. If I just held on to cards for 2 turns, I guess I could theoretically kill him, but I feel like there's too great of a chance of our opponent going wide on us or something. So we need to keep playing cards, basically. So that is my plan. Yeah, Fanbearer taps that down. Well, I guess I can attack with this without being too scared. Yeah, we don't really want to swing with more than that because of all the things that could go wrong when we're at 6 life, but hitting him for 4 here is pretty big. Okay. If I get my opponent to use a trick defensively, I'll be pretty happy at this point. And if it's just a block, I'll be even happier. It's a bad block if that's all my opponent's doing. Wow, it is. That is not a good block. I think our opponent is like getting caught up in how many more creatures I have and not really paying attention to how much life they have and how little I have, because I just can't like run my opponent over at this point. I'm close. I'm getting closer every turn. I mean, I was finally able to attack with something, but what are they doing now? That's the question. I was worried it was going to be Hour of Devastation. That would have been pretty devastating. I'm really glad this is a 6-4 right now, though. I could tell you that much. Okay. Now, I think we just... Do we just win? We do just win. And then we'll make the Ceradon enable the block, and we just swing for lethal. 12, 14, yeah, 20 damage. All right. Well, we won our first match. I'll see you in the next one. All right, we're going to the second match of an Hour of Devastation draft. We won our first, and we would like to play first. And this is a reasonable hand. You know, we got a 2-drop. A spell that is frequently just a removal spell in Blur of Blades. There's just so many X1s. 2-drops and... Yeah, lots of 2-drops have 1 toughness. And I feel pretty good about Blur of Bladesing them. And in the later part of the game, it can just be a trick. Or a way to do the last 2 damage you need to do. This card has overperformed for me. I didn't think it would be very good. And it turns out it's... I feel good about having 1 in every red deck I play. I don't usually want more than that. I might want 1 in my sideboard and 1 in my main board. And you definitely end up siding them out sometimes. But they're never really a dead card. They can always do something. Sometimes it's just not enough. All right. Can kill our Firebrand Archer, for instance. Okay, that's one. Oh no, it's not the. Ooh, yeah. The black uncommon land is pretty gross, and one you have to like sort of think about and play around to some extent because it can just kill so many creatures, and you just have to like hope your opponent uses it on a creature that you don't want to be dead quite as much. So probably zombies. Our opponent already has 2 deserts too, so probably have some deserty things going on. Probably just open fire that. It is a problem. A problem creature. Yeah, we're just gonna use open fire on it. We get in for 3 this turn thanks to Firebrand Archer. Here, Blur Blades wouldn't have really worked. My Archer still would have died because it's only a 2-1. Alright. Works for me. Playing Frontline Devastator next turn will probably be good. I'm hoping our opponent has to take more damage from their dunes. They do. They play a Gustwalker. I mean, I'll trade my Firebrand Archer for your Gustwalker. Are you down? Probably not. I'm guessing you're probably not down with that. Nope. Okay. Frontline Devastator it is. Alright, so you're cast outing probably my Devastator. I feel pretty good about that. Trading a 4 for a 4 is not the best. And my Devastator, while good, definitely isn't the most, you know, impressive creature. It's fine, but yeah, so bash our opponent down to 11, and then I think we play a Grizzly Survivor. Don't currently have any way of pumping him, but he can still tangle with a Gustwalker. We're going to leave mana up for Blur of Blades because our opponent could play a X1 that we just snipe and do 3 damage to our opponent with, thanks to Firebrand Archer. Does my opponent just exert this time? Yep. They think they're the beatdown, and they might be, I guess. They have 5 cards in their hand. They've got more gas left than I do. We are taking 3. Ugh, that's the one. If near, he's about to use if near Deadlands. No, Haven of Enduring Hope. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Why you gotta be gaining life? Who does that? So we can use Blur Blades here as a trick. And I'm gonna attack first. I'd rather use Blur of Blades here than I would Open Fire, so. But yeah, this if near Deadlands can just kill one of our guys at this point. Okay, so we're gonna use Blur of Blades as a trick. Drop our opponent down to 11 in the process. Goodbye, Avon. And I think we leave mana up for Open Fire. Nah, we're just going to play Grizzly Survivor. Number 2. Then we'll draw Neheb. That would be nice. We would just basically win the game at that point. Although our opponent could kill it with the Deadlands, I think we would just win on our turn before they could Deadlands it. And if I draw a card with Cycling, well, then we're in really good shape. Play something I can Open Fire. Oh. Wait, why did you kill my Firebrand Archer? Are you that worried about the life it's doing? That seems strange to me. Like, because if I draw a card with Cycling, it's just insane. Our opponent has so many deserts. They must have... Oh, there's a card with Cycling. They must have... They probably... The white card that cares about a desert at uncommon is good anyway, but they can gain life off of it like all the time. And they probably also have Wretched Camel, which we have one of too, but we only have 2 deserts in our deck. We're not as cool as our opponent. I think we cycle here. Actually, I know we cycle here because we just kill our opponent now with Open Fire. Goodbye. Alright. I'm very surprised our opponent went after our Archer there, because drawing a card with Cycling there was insane. And, you know, granted, we didn't have a huge chance of doing it, but our opponent doesn't know that. Flying, we saw a little bit. I guess against Gustwalker, I don't hate having Minotaur Sure Shot. You can trade with it frequently. Maybe I cut like a Bone Slasher or a Merciless Eternal. I think probably the Eternal. Yeah. This is definitely the most Minotaur deck I've ever managed. I think I drafted Neheb a few times in the last set, but I usually had like 4 Minotaurs as opposed to like the 8 we have here. Well, I think this is a keep. It's not a great keep, but it's a keep. We have 2/2 drops, and we don't have a desert this time. We've actually been pretty lucky with our deserts because we've only got 2 of them, but we keep getting one of them at least. So I'm not sure which I'll play first. My opponent plays an X1. I'd probably play Doom Dissenter. If they play a 2/2, I'd probably play Firebrand Archer. So Firebrand Archer it is. I would trade it for Mummy Paramount for sure. Our opponent doesn't know this, but we only have 4 instants or sorceries in our deck, so... Bless me. Oh, Wretched Camel. Speaking of 2-for-1s, yeah, we can't block Mummy Paramount, unfortunately for us. So... I think now I play Grizzly Survivor. I think playing Doom Dissenter and trying to get cute here is not a terrible plan. Maybe I just attack into this. Let's just attack into this. Yeah, I'm going to attack into it. If he wants to block and make me discard, I'll discard a mountain and then play Grizzly Survivor. So... It's still 2 for 1, and I'd rather not have that happen, but we're going to get 2 for 1 one way or another by this wretched camel. We don't have any way of stopping it from 2 for 1ing us, so I'd rather have a 2 for 1 where I can discard a land than discarding a real card. So, yeah. That is what happens. They must have Desert's Hold. That's the card I'm thinking of that gains them life if they have a desert in play while also being a ridiculous removal spell. So let's play our Survivor. There's a chance that we end up really regretting discarding that land because we can't play Soul Stinger now, but we have things to do on our turn anyway if we never draw another land, and surely we will, you know. That Mummy Paramount is frustrating. Take another 3 to my face. Okay. I guess I play Grizzly Survivor number 2 then. They have been buddies, these survivors. I think we've gotten them together several times. But yeah, I mean, playing Soul Stinger there would have been nice. Playing Doom Dissenter into Soul Stinger is something we should think about because just a 4/5 is good. So if we ever get a chance to do that, we might want to. Okay, and we just end our turn. Opponent probably has another zombie they're playing, so probably taking another 3 rather than blocking. Hey, that's not a zombie. How about that? How about that? Okay, Bone Slasher. I think I play my Cursed Minotaur. Minotaurs all the time. I'd probably discard my Ceradon at this point if my opponent made me discard something, and that may have just been the right choice then, since we don't have a desert. Probably was the right choice, actually. I mean, discarding the mountain's not terrible, and if I'd drawn a land since then, I wouldn't really be talking about it, but percentage-wise, like, the chance I hit a desert this game is pretty low, and I already had the mana in my hand to cast Soul Stinger, and now I can't cast it, so, I mean, I'll probably be able to eventually. Part of the reason I wanted to play this first is so when I played the Bone Slasher, it could block. Because it needs another zombie in play. Opponent taking a while here to see if they want to do something about my Minotaur or they got disconnected or something. I could use an Open Fire against this Gustwalker. Gustwalker's a real problem. Playing Soul Stinger would be nice because my opponent can't really attack into it. Although with this board they actually could and not kill it. Although if this becomes a 3/3 I could then block it and then kill Gustwalker, which is probably what I would do. Because Gustwalker's a problem. It can kill us in the air. His other creatures need a little bit of help from him. He could use Sheffet Dunes at some point very soon, which would really be pretty brutal. He's not doing it this turn, though. I think I trade with Mummy Paramount here with my Zombie Minotaur. Yeah, I think we just want to do that. Get out of here. That is a good trade, I think. Even though we've paid 1 more mana for our card. Crap. Alright, well. Doom Dissenter it is. We need 4 mana. Or an open fire. That would make me feel a lot better. Alright. I am happy about that. There's a 4th land. Okay. So, Soul Stinger. Do I play you as a 4/5? Probably. Gets me a 2/2 at the same time. Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. Making him a 2/3 who can block and do stuff, I guess that makes... I guess, like I said, that does make Gustwalker a little less good of an attacker. Maybe I do want to make him a 2/3. Because I can kill Gustwalker if I do. I don't know. I think a 4/5 is just really good on this board, but I don't have any way to kill Gustwalker otherwise, but yeah, let's just do it. I can see going either way there. Now, him using Shove at Dunes isn't quite as back-breaking. Oh, now it is. Yeah, okay. Cast out. So Chef at Dunes right now would be bad. Our opponent could attack with everything, and I'd have to get creative to kill things in combat. So, yeah. Going with their Horde, though, which is also quite scary. Ugh, I think we're losing this one. I think I double blocked the Paramount, but... One less zombie for him to give indestructible to. Okay. Yeah, this is bad. If I drew the mana for Gilded Ceradon, I would have been a little happier. Because, it can still block this whether it's indestructible or not. Opponent does only have 1 black mana, so that's nice. Yeah, so we're just going to take 3. We take 3 in the sky next turn at least. So open fire would be great. Trial of Ambition, okay. We're going to sacrifice our zombie token. Wretched Camel. Okay, well. I guess we go ahead and cycle first. Although I guess doing that on defense would have been better, but our guy's like dead anyway. I guess I could have killed that though. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Since I also have Wretched Camel, but it's not amazing. Because we're still put in a pretty ugly situation here. Especially if they use their dunes, which I think they should, because I'm pretty much dead if they do. But we'll make them do it. Nope. Well, Lethal Sting will get pretty close to killing me too. But Chef at Dunes would have like really done it. Alright. Make our opponent discard the last card in their hand at least. He also doesn't have black mana. What am I? Oh, should have double blocked. Should have double blocked for sure. Oh, I just assumed he had black mana up. I'm really disappointed in myself. If I had black mana up there, that would be dead. We're going to draw open fire now, which will let us kill this Gustwalker, and then I'm going to be really upset that I didn't double block there. No, we didn't do it. So, We're still not dead next turn because this has Exert, but we're going to play the Ceradon. We'll hold on to this land for now. We have a turn to find our open fire. I would use Puncturing Blow on that Gust Walker at this point too, obviously. Double Accursed Horde, awesome. That's what I want to see. God, I wish I double blocked that one still. Interesting. Nope, not going to keep us alive because this will still hit us for 2 in the air. All right, on to game 3. Where were our Minotaur sure shots? Slided an extra one in just because of that freaking Gust Walker. I need them. I would like to play first. This is a good hand. We've got a desert and both colors of our mana and 2-drop and a 3-drop, and both are open fires. So seems like a good one. Opponent has enough X1s that Grasping Dunes might just kill something later too. That's a good 3-drop. I mean, if you can play him on turn 3, he usually gets in for some damage. And opponent didn't play a 1-drop, so seems pretty likely. Freaking Mummy Paramount, man. We will play our Minotaur. Yep, we'll take 2. All right, we will attack with both our guys. Then play Sure Shot, I think. We are stuck on 3 lands, but in this hand we can play everything. We don't have our Ceradon yet. Or Soul Stinger or something. We don't have a lot of 4s or 5s. We have a few of each, though. But yeah, I'll play the Sure Shot now. So the great thing about Open Fire, I mean, it's a great card. It's a great removal spell, but a lot of the time you can just end your opponent with it. We did that, actually, already in this match. You saw me do it. So sometimes it just, your opponent, you know, they think they're racing, and then all of a sudden Open Fire comes out of the hand. And, you know, it's happened to me, too, the other way around, where you're like, okay, I'm at 6. They can only hit me for 3, and then, you know, Open Fire. You just have to always sort of be worried about it in this format. I mean, it's a common, so great. We like seeing Accursed Horde here because we can just kill it and attack. And that is the plan. We take 3. I'm happy to draw land there. We're going to cast Open Fire and attack for 6. And we'll end our turn. If they play like another Accursed Horde, we're going to be really happy too. It's an Haven of Enduring Hope though. Less happy about that. Definitely less happy about that. Life gain. Trying to decide if I want to cast Open Fire on it or not. I can pump him to kill it and then play Firebrand Archer, and he can't block this. I could also block it with my Sure Shot, for what that's worth. Drops him to 7 if we just cast Open Fire here. Yeah, I think we do it. Looks like we won't be casting them on our opponent's face this game, but... we do drop our opponent down to 7. Another Accursed Horde, okay. I'm not ultra worried about that because we can just swing with both of these next turn. So, yeah. Alright, opponent not attack, yeah. Okay. And then I think I still attack with both of these. He doesn't exactly have good blocks. Either way. Yeah, we definitely kill that. And we're not going to pump our other guy. Drops our opponent to 5. We're going to play another creature with Menace, which will be even more of a nightmare for our opponent. Because they were hoping they killed our creature with Menace, and they did, but we played another one. And one that can get higher power. Lethal Sting, okay. Don't feel bad about my opponent having to do that. I'm going to feel worse about that, though. That is for sure. Okay. What do we discard? Probably our Archer. And I'm probably playing my Paincaster this turn. I attack with both of these. Oh, I should have killed one of them with my stupid Grasping Dunes. And then just played my Archer. That would have been okay. Oh well. What are you going to do? Okay. I'm fine with that. Drop my opponent to 4 and play Fervent Paincaster. And yeah, we'll discard our Archer. If we had more instants and sorceries in my deck, I'd be like, no way am I discarding a Firebrand Archer. But we don't have that many. So I'd rather play the Fervent Paincaster who can just do damage on its own. When you're at 4, you don't really want to see a Fervent Paincaster. If they have Desert's Hold, this would be a good time for it. For them, it would be bad for us, obviously. Okay, Neheb, huh? Well, I think we play him. Let's go to combat, see if my opponent decides to do anything. 2 Minotaurs in our hands, so... Neheb makes them much better. I could think about attacking here because it's lethal, but I think it's better to keep my Paincaster back and just slowly kill my opponent at this point. I know they have a little bit of life gain, but they have played the only card we know for sure they have that gains them life. We only saw 1 copy last game. But we're also building our board while we're killing our opponent slowly with our Paincaster, so It's not too bad. Trial of Ambition. Well, that's a pretty easy choice. Bye-bye, Doom Dissenter. Thanks for the upgrade. I mean, maybe they play a cartouche now, too, and make me do it again, which would be annoying. No, they didn't do it. I think I just take 3 if he decides to attack with his Paramount here. Seems like a pretty dangerous attack for our opponent to make. Yeah, they're not going to make it. So, ping for 1. Okay, and play Grizzly Survivor. Wish I had black mana up. That would be so nice right now. We're still in pretty good shape though, obviously. So I'm just gonna end my turn and continue to cast Pain fervently. I'm glad Disposal Mummy doesn't actually have anything worthwhile to target in our graveyard. Almost every other time I've played against it, my opponents have like hit a creature with Embalm or Eternalize, and I've been like, really? Why do I always have one of those in my graveyard? Sometimes it's the only creature in my deck with it, and they hit it, and it's like, okay, great. Ping our opponent. So they're dead next turn, basically. I think we attack with our Survivor here because of Horror of the Broken Lands. It is not going to be easy for my opponent to kill. And they have to block it. So I think it's worth doing. I guess I could have played Swamp and played my Grizzly Survivor or my Horror, and these would both be quite big, but I'm okay. Yeah, we win. All right. Well, we're 2-0. Let's see if we can finish with a 3-0 draft. All right, we're in the third match of an Hour of Devastation draft. We are 2-0, so we're trying to get a trophy here. And this is a good hand. We have a 2-drop and a couple 4s. And we have a desert. We've been kind of lucky with our deserts. We've only got 2, but we've gotten them almost every game. There was one game where I didn't get it, and I probably should have discarded my Ceradon, but I did not do it, so... GG. Is it over? Oh. He meant to type GL, but he's getting ahead of himself there. Is his deck so good? Probably. So yeah, we play our Camel for sure. Pretty sure, I guess. I guess it's not a guarantee. Freaking Fanbearer. Yeah, we do play our Camel. Might have to cycle this Horror of Broken Lands if I don't hit a land this next turn. I'm going to start to get a little concerned. If I do hit a land, I'd probably hold on to him for a bit. Although I don't have anything to do with my mana this turn anyway, so we'll see. Bone Slasher. It's pretty gross. Another Black-White Zombies deck, incidentally. Okay, well, we did draw something to do with our mana, so I think we just do that now. We definitely need to deal with that Bone Slasher. I could think about double blocking. Seems a little risky, though. Oh, now it's really risky. God. That's definitely what we would cast Puncturing Blow on if we draw a 4th land here. Yeah, we're just going to take 4. 4th land, 4th land, 4th land, 4th land. 4th land? Give it to us, come on. Yes. That is what we needed to see. Goodbye. What? Oh, God. That's bad. That is bad. Juror's Resolve is not a card I like very much, but it definitely got me there. Jeez. Jeez. We're going to be dead in a hurry at this rate. Soul Stinger can't do a whole lot on this board now that this freaking thing's in play. Yeah, that's a big tempo hit when you play a 1 mana card to negate a 4 mana card. And you're the one who's like the beatdown, so your opponent just paid 4, didn't affect the board at all, and you both lost a card, but you only paid 1 for yours and they paid 4 for theirs. You're probably in great shape, as our opponent is. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it here, attack me for 6. Yep, I'm gonna take it. Oh, good. Yeah, we're pretty much dead. I don't know if I really want to show my opponent anything else. I guess I guess I will. I guess I'm going to play my Soul Stinger. It's probably what gets tapped down now, though, so... That was a very quick loss. We haven't lost yet, but we basically lost. And this was the play that really determined that. Freaking Jero's Resolve. Yep, I tapped out my Soul Stinger, which is the right thing to do. If they attack with everything... Oh, he can give all zombies Menace. He might want to do that. I guess. It's not that good, I guess. His guy has to tap. I would take 4 and kill the Wretched Camel, which is basically what I'm going to do anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. If I had mana up to cycle for Grizzly Survivor, that would be nice, right? Yeah, so we're going to trade with the Camel. No. Camel backed off. I could double block it, but that doesn't seem worth it. Even making my opponent discard a card doesn't make that worth it. Now he can give Menace to his team, though, and kill me on the next turn, basically. Especially with the tap, but... We'll make them do it, I guess. Oh god, do you have a removal spell too? Just for no, just cycling. So yeah, tap this. Give both of these Menace. I guess I'm still not dead if he does that. My opponent doesn't have a great choice of what he wants to tap down right now either. Like, yeah, Soul Stinger's probably better because I can get pretty close to getting a 2-for-1. Because I could block the Camel and kill it and then put the counters like on... I'd probably put it on Lord of the Accursed since I have Merciless Javelineer in my hand and would just finish the job. So, no Menace. That is aggressive. Okay, must have something. Nah, yeah, that makes a little more sense. Okay, so we're going to block there, and we're going to block here. See what happens. I think we have to make our opponent do something to save his dudes here. Or dude, singular. Could have an Elketra's name, which would be pretty backbreaking right here. That's definitely what he has, now that I think about it. Yeah. Oh, that hurts. It hurts so bad. So bad. Yeah, now I'm probably dead. I had to block. I mean, there wasn't really a choice. You know, Elketra's name would have killed me, too, so... Put me to 1, I guess, if I hadn't blocked the Camel. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to scoop. We could play some things, but our opponent doesn't need to know more about our deck than... Why didn't they make a sideboard card that kills, like, destroy target zombie? Where's that? Yeah, I think we'll probably leave things the same. And we play first. That is not a very good hand. It's so slow. I don't think we can afford to be that slow. Okay, this I think is better. If we don't draw lands, it's going to be ugly, but we get to scry, and we have lots of lands in our deck, so we're probably okay. We are going to put that on the bottom, though. I probably should have played a swamp so I could cycle, but I'm not convinced I want to cycle that just yet. Well, that's a good way to start. We'll play the Archer first. Since, you know, if they play a 2-2, I can attack through it, and just Doom Dissenter cannot. And they do play 2-2. A really scary 2-2. Gross. Okay, well. Definitely should have cycled on turn 1 now, huh? I think we play our Dissenter instead of cycling here. We'll cycle next turn if we have to. This has been a pretty fun deck, though. We've definitely gotten to do some Minotaur things that were fun. God, of course they have that nonsense again. Where's my open fire? Actually, I don't really want to draw it that right now. Well, I guess I would take it. I wouldn't be able to play it yet, though. I would just cycle my Minotaur for a turn. Less than ideal. Oh, God. Okay. Not Minotaur, but Horror. Can we hit a land? Nope. That is not good. Really not good. Our opponent gets to tap down a creature every turn, basically, and my creatures already can't block. I could double block Lord of the Accursed, but yeah, we're probably dead. This is a very good black-white zombie deck. One of the only places where Carrion's creature is playable is if you have multiple Lord of the Accursed's and Binding Mummies and the like, and our opponent does. Oh, God. We just may not even put up a fight here. It's kind of hard to. We'll take 5, go to 12. Do we draw a land? We do draw a land. Okay. Well, we're still in trouble, but less, I guess. I can play Cursed Minotaur. It's what's going to get tapped now, though, so it's like, you know, yeah, I guess I might as well. I'm not going to block with it. So our opponent plays a zombie, gives both of these menace and attacks for 7. That would be fun. So much fun. Merciless Eternal is in fact a zombie, so tap down my Minotaur, and yeah, we're pretty much dead again. Opponent's deck was a very, very awesome black-white zombie deck, and in our first game they just destroyed us. In this game, we didn't get to play a whole lot of Magic, unfortunately, but their deck probably would have lost their deck anyway. They have like every zombie and lots of good zombie payoffs, unless they're just lucky and only have 1 Lord of the Accursed, which is possible. But that's still a great zombie payoff, and so is Binding Mummy, so I am going to block this. Not giving up just yet, but might as well. Especially because Menace is what can happen next turn. Grasping Dunes. You don't really do much for me, I'm sorry. Why aren't you really a 3-1 like you're supposed to be? Yeah, we're dead. All right, well, our first 2 matches went really well, and our third one was really ugly, but hey, 2-1 is fine with me. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more draft videos, I post them every week over on my channel. And if you want to make sure you catch a bunch of great Magic the Gathering content from me and other content creators, don't forget to subscribe here to the Aether Hub.